Today I'm going to start a series called Common Errors with Kettlebell Movements. Today is going to be Common Errors in the Snatch. I have 5 that I'll be doing. This is the first of a series of 5 videos. I'll post them over the next 5 days. So the most common error with the snatch is smashing your wrist as we get that turnover or punch up. Now, there's a couple different ways to do the snatch, okay? We can punch and not let the bell roll up and over our wrist, okay? So if you watch the bell, try to do it slower, it doesn't flip over my wrist, so as I punch up and keep it somewhat tight to the body, it rolls around my wrist. That's one way we can do it. Another way is we get an arc, but we need a little bit better timing, so it flips over my wrist, but I gotta punch just as it becomes weightless. So that's the key. It's a timing issue, smashing your wrist. Doesn't matter if you use kettlebell guards. I use kettle guard anyway, because again, even just the pressure of the kettlebells from lots of reps, but you still have to get that timing down or you're just gonna smash right through the guards, okay? So that's probably the most common error, and again, it's a timing issue. You have to wait till the bell is weightless and then either punch, or as it swings up and around when it's weightless, give it a little punch there, and then it places onto your forearm rather than smashes onto your forearm. Another common error in the snatch that I see a lot is coming down from the snatch. So when we come up, if you look, right, I've got my thumb behind me a little bit, right? I've got a nice angle here, and if I come straight down, that pulls a lot, and besides pulling you forward, it just causes a lot of extra pressure on the shoulder because as you come forward, whether you think you're using it or not, you're using some of this muscle, and if you're looking to get a lot of reps in, or you're competing in kettlebell sport, or you're just trying to build up, to do more, this is not the efficient way to do it. And I think it's a formula for injury because sometimes it pulls you into internal rotation. Internal rotation oftentimes will mess up the shoulder when we're overhead unless we're secured with something like a barbell, okay? So overhead, I always recommend external rotation of the shoulder, which is this way if you look at the rotation of the humerus inside of that little socket there. Okay, so when we look here, what we're gonna do to fix this is we're gonna roll the elbow forward, push the bell away a little bit, and let it swing. We're gonna roll the elbow forward, and we're just gonna guide the bell down. So I'm not going to, boom, collapse, and then have it yank me down. I'm going to snatch it up, roll forward, push it away, and let it arc nice. Roll, arc. Roll, arc. And so as you get this, it becomes one smooth movement, takes a lot of pressure off the shoulders, makes the shoulders not work as hard, which is what you want, and also prevents shoulder injury, which is absolutely essential, okay? So those are some major problems that we see with the kettlebell snatch. I think for me, those are the most popular things that I see when people are doing kettlebells. The last thing I will talk about is the grip overhead. We kind of want a grip in the corner of the bell here, and we want the bottom of our forearm touching the bottom of that handle. And that's the way it should properly sit. At first it might be a little uncomfortable, but that's the proper position for it to sit in, okay? And so if we're not in the proper position, we're in the middle, we tend to get this flip over, or we tend to get it sitting, the bell sitting in the wrong place. It's not sitting in that nice, what I call a snatch extension or rack position, even though it's not a rack position, it's that position for the snatch when you catch it. And so those to me are the major errors with kettlebell snatch. Those are some ways you can look at it and correct it. If you have any questions, let me know. Stay strong. See you next time.